All right, guys, Georgia Boy here with somewhat of a coffee chat or a ramble. I really don't know. But yesterday, after I posted the video on the Rossi 92 357 and cast bullets, I had a question in the comments, and the question was, with your barrel length, do you think you're at that place where you're losing velocity? That's a good question. Now, my answer was, there is a place of diminishing returns, and I think I'm getting close to that threshold. Now, there is a place of diminishing returns, that's a fact. I think I'm at the threshold. I based that off my experience. That's all I had. Just with the cartridge, the powder, and the rifle. But our reloading friend over in the UK, Paul Smith, had watched the video. He's been following them. And he run all of my info, my load data, through some kind of a ballistic computer program. And then he shared in the comments what he got. My 1,800 feet per second load was within 30 feet per second of what his program predicted. Projectile energy was 1,120 foot-pounds. Going down some other stuff. Propellant burnt, 97.8%. 97.8%. So I had burnt nearly all. I was still gaining steam when it went out the barrel. But I hadn't burned it all yet and went over into the diminishing returns. So thank you, Paul. And that validates my experience. Now let's look at the load. All right, now I'm looking at the Lyman Cast Load Manual 357 Magnum rifle and my bullet weight and all. I wrote the load data over here because it's easier to see. Now their test subject, Winchester 94 20-inch barrel. So we got 20-inch barrel versus 24. They had 13.5 grains of 2400 for 1,704 feet per second. I loaded 13.2, 3/10 shy, and got 1,700. Now this 2400 is the fastest burning powder, and with this one, I'm probably really not gaining anything. Even if I load up the other 3/10 there, I'm really not going to be gaining much over the 20-inch barrel. So I'm either right at the threshold or I've actually crossed it with 2400. Now the slowest powder is H110. They loaded 15.9 and got 1857 out of a 20-inch barrel. I loaded 15.5, 4/10 shy, and I got 1770 out of a 24. Now, granted, that's almost a half a grain difference. And if I added that half of grain, could I go from 1770 to 1857? I don't know, probably. But even if I did, I would just be getting what they were getting with a 20-inch barrel. So I would say I've crossed the threshold with this load, which is surprising because this is the slowest burning powder. That's why I was so surprised at the range yesterday. Now, number 9. Number 9 comes in between 2400 and H110. It's in the middle. They loaded 13.7 and got 1756. I loaded 13.5 and got 1810. I was still gaining velocity. I was still burning powder when the bullet left the barrel. And I hadn't crossed that line yet with number 9. It gave me my best velocities. It gave me my best group. And it is the most efficient powder for my 24-inch barrel. Interesting. So the book and Paul's data lined up with my experience. So that's neat. So hope that helps. I don't know what you learned, if you learned anything, but when you're shooting pistol calibers through carbines and rifles, you want to look at these slower burning powders. There's a powder burn chart in most manuals, gives you an idea. Because you can load Blue Dot, you can load Long Shot, you can load all those and shoot them through your carbine and rifle. But you're going to have all your powder burn up way before you get out the end of the barrel, even though you are going to gain velocity. But with these slower powders, you can really get all the good out of your barrel. And the key is to get that load that gets you as close to the threshold without going over. All right, hope that helps. Hope you guys have a good day.